Hey everyone, welcome to Project Honesty, a podcast designed for young adults by a young adult to gain brutally honest, friend-like advice, as well as provide a platform for young adults to form opinions, color outside of the lines, take deep dives into current events, and most importantly, have fun. This is Project Honesty, navigating reality with real conversations and diverse opinions. Hey guys! This is the pilot episode of Project Honesty. Oh my god, this has been a long time coming now. I am so excited to finally be recording and posting my first episode. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has supported me on this personal endeavor of mine. I cannot thank you guys enough. Your support means the absolute world. So today's episode, obviously, is just a pilot. So we're going to get into who am I, if you don't already know me, where did the idea of having a podcast start, the intentions behind the podcast, goals I have for the podcast moving forward, and what's to come. So just stuff like that. I'm so excited to finally be here. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's listening right now. Your support means the absolute world. So hi, I'm Cadence. I'm a 15-year-old. I am a full-time public and performing arts high school student, which you'll hear a lot about. I don't know what I want to be in life. All I know is that I just want to be happy. And I'm an actor, not Meryl Streep, but I like to think of myself as an actor. Some of my hobbies include writing, acting, and spending time with my friends and my family. So, how did the idea of having a podcast start? Well, about a year ago, one of my friends, who I'm not going to name, we said, hey, let's start a podcast. This will be really cool. And got a lot of support from people around us. But in the middle of planning, with both of us being in exam season, I'm in a production season, so rehearsals back to back, aka no free time and a lot of stress. The idea of just planning a podcast, trying to be a full-time student going through exams, was not feasible. So that ended quite quickly. But then a couple months after that, I realized I want to start my own podcast. It seems pretty cool. So I asked my friend, I said, hey, what would happen if I started my own podcast? And with my friend being the amazing and supportive person they are, they gave me full support. And I am so thankful that I have them in my life as a support system. They're incredible. They know who they are. So I just want to say thank you so much for your support. It means the world. You inspired me. You are definitely a part of Project Honesty because this person actually created the logo for Project Honesty, which is pretty cool to think about. I just want to say thank you for your inspiration. It means the absolute world to me. So why Project Honesty? So Project Honesty kind of is rooted in some of the beliefs I have, but also experiences that I've been through. So I have a lot of trust issues, and I find that I run into a lack of honesty a lot in my life, which I hate a lot. And recently, within like the last, 3-4 years, I'd say, I've discovered the benefits of being brutally honest. I am one of those people, I don't want sugarcoating. I just want to hear everything, because even if it's negative, you can use it as fuel or constructive criticism or however that may be. And so honesty is something I deeply value on here, but also in my relationships and friendships and family and just life in general. And so I wanted to have a platform where that is the reality, that honesty is the reality here. So I wanted a great mix of facts, but also personal opinions. Now, if you don't already know me, like in my personal life, you'll get to know that I have a lot of strong opinions about a lot of things, and they will definitely be displayed on this podcast. which is another thing that I really love about this podcast, is that I get to share what's going on in my head and put that out there for you guys to think about what's going on in your head. And just gaining perspective. At the end of the day, gaining perspective helps a lot with decision making and forming opinions and all of that. So even in the logo, you can see that. So the hands are made out of puzzle pieces of all different skin colors, and the hands sort of form a heart with a plant growing in the middle. This is to just symbolize that when we put all of our diverse backgrounds and opinions together, we can grow something rooted in love and trust and truth, and grow something that betters our world and something that is vital to us being connected, which is something I am obsessed with. I love talking to new people. I love hearing people's stories, and we're going to get into that a lot on this podcast. So Project Honesty is a long-term project for me. I want to do this for a very long time. This is something I hold a lot of passion to, and it's something I am really looking forward to growing. And honestly, Project Honesty is rooted in honesty. I don't like being lied to, and I appreciate when people just tell me how it is. So that is another reason why Project Honesty is what it is. So speaking of that, who is Project Honesty intended for? Now, in the creative process, I was like, hey, young adults. I'm a young adult. I'm also a podcast girly. Let's go look for a podcast for young adults. If you're wondering, I haven't found any. Now, either I'm a really bad researcher, or there is no podcast for young adults, which seems ridiculous to me, at least. So I wanted Project Honesty to be a place for young adults to have a comforting, honest, humorous place to listen that goes in depth into conflicts and current events in a really, I would say, woke way, even though I don't really want to say it like that, but still. And I wanted Project Honesty to be a place for young people to gain perspective. I love the benefits of gaining new perspectives. I think it really helps with everything in life, and I think it's really interesting to know people's stories. That's something I am very, very passionate about. And discovering your definition of honesty. We all have different definitions for everything. So I wanted this to be a platform where young adults can form what they think is honesty and what's honesty to them, and just identifying what that is. So now, even though this podcast is designed for young adults, anybody can listen. I would love if older generations are tuning in and hearing stories from young people. And now, I'm not putting a blanket statement on that. I don't speak for all of Gen Z or whatever, but there is going to be stories told on here that give a different new perspective, and I want people to hear that, and everybody is welcome. I am so grateful for any support that would be coming in to listen. So some of the goals I have for this podcast moving forward, the biggest one probably is being unscripted. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not on a script at all. I'm looking at a Google Doc with jot notes on it because I wanted this to feel like a real conversation. Now, you might be thinking, how are you going to have a conversation with yourself? Are you crazy? Well, yes. No. I'm kidding. Being unscripted is something I value because I want it to feel real and I want it to feel free. And like being an actor, I read scripts all the time. It's the moment where you lift it off the page and you be something that you create. That's something I really love and I wanted to incorporate here. Another thing is research. I just want to do some research that we're going to be getting into topics like Indigenous issues in Canada, Roe v. Wade, stuff like that. And so I'm going to do as much research as I possibly can to give y'all the best answer possible. Now, along with that research, there will definitely be opinions. I'm a person, I'm a human, I have opinions, and I want to share them. So as much research as there's going to be, there is also going to be personal opinions, and I will make sure to tell you guys what is fact and what is personal opinion, because you guys deserve that. I also plan on having guests further along in this journey. I want people to weigh in on what's going on and have a new perspective to listen to on here. And overall, just create a safe listening space for people to share their knowledge and their stories and learn. Learning's a big one. Now, I know I'm a high school student. I understand that learning can be very boring at times. So I want this to be a place where learning is fun and you feel engaged in the learning rather than being lectured, because we all hate that, don't we? So yeah, just create that space for people to come to and just listen and have someone who can understand. Moving forward, posting goal is once a week, but I don't know the exact dates yet. I don't know if it's going to be the same day every week. I am not too sure, but once I have that, you guys will know. So some of the upcoming topics, the first 3-ish episodes that we're going to be doing. So first one, we're going to be discussing 3 Ps. That is personal bias, privilege, and philosophy. Something I am very passionate about talking about and learning about. So that is a big episode. And then acting and dreams. That's something that I really am going to talk about a lot on here. And then the third one on my notes, it just says issues. Now, this is going to be a heavy episode, I will say. Issues meaning body issues, mental health issues, trust issues, commitment issues, bullying, perfectionism, stuff like that. So, there will be trigger warnings on things that are needed and necessary for that episode to keep you guys informed. So you can find the podcast on Instagram and YouTube at project_honesty24 and on Spotify at Project Honesty under Society and Culture. So guys, we made it. The first episode of Project Honesty. This is really big for me. It means the absolute world that all of you are here. And I just want you guys to know that you being here today means that you're a part of Project Honesty too. You are creating the audience and defining this journey for me, and you play a really big role in that. And I just want to say thank you for your attention and your ears and your love and your support and your everything. So thank you. I cannot wait to continue pursuing this journey. It means the world to me. I hope everyone is having a good day. Goodbye.